my name is Pravina Coombs, and I'm the managing member of ThoughtFire Events. My story began a very, very long time ago, but I shall try and shorten it. Born in Durban, mum and dad were divorced, absolutely taboo when it came to the Indian community. So I went to Durban Indian Girls High, and in those days, there was no money for me to have furthered my studies, even if I wanted to. So when my journey began, I did a few courses on PR and not so much on eventing at that stage. It was just purely PR. And in those days, there weren't a degree in my field today as there are now. So I did that, but gosh, am I giving away my age? As mum and dad were divorced, we grew up in a really, really poor home. But mum ensured that we got everything of the best. I think it was just something that I lived my life by. I do think this has shaped me for where I am today. Good work ethic. So in a nutshell, I started off working and I made a pact with myself. I said, I do not ever want to be poor. And that sounds materialistic, but it was something that I did to achieve what I've achieved today. When I was in school, I did work for a clothing shop in Grey Street. And then in my very young age, the owner of the shop actually hit on me. And then I thought, well, that's it. Goodbye to that job. But when I finished school, I actually got married really young. My first job was at Sparkport Pharmacy in Overport, and thereafter Upholstery and General in Overport as well, which was a good starting point, I believe, because it was a frontline job and my PR skills were developed. And I'm a firm believer that all jobs need PR, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're an accountant. I do believe that PR actually sets the tone for what we have to do going forward in any form of employment that we have. So I think I'd like to say that I want to provide the best service to our existing client base. And I look at existing client base because I think at this stage of my life, I'm not out there to get everything in the market. I want to give the best that I can to my existing client base. Because I think any form of eventing is really mostly daunting to people. So I think giving value to our existing client base can achieve the outcomes and ensure that the client gets what they're wanting to get. So I think I want to make a meaningful impact. And my motto, every day I get up and I think I've got the best long-lasting relationships with my clients. So for me, that is important. My passion in this field started a long, long time ago, and I still love creating concepts and then seeing it come to life. For me, that's absolutely crucial. I do believe in ensuring that our clients can concentrate on their product and service, and literally we think out the box. And for me, I like to say that I'd like to call myself indispensable to the client, and creating new and exciting concepts for them. And I just believe that is so fulfilling because I think the client gets their return on investment. I deliver this masterpiece, which I'd like to call it, and hope that's not sounding arrogant. But for me, that's important. The growth of my business and being one of the top event and conference managers, not only in KZN, but in South Africa. I'm hoping that I shall leave a legacy behind. However, it seems nobody wants to do this amazing job anymore because people just know how stressful it is. The hours are long and it is crazy stressful. And I think for us, our attention to detail, our admin skills are just next level. And we work within a client's budget while delivering the best that they can get on the day. So I think for me that in a nutshell is what I hope to achieve. I think creating high-level events for individuals and companies, I think that stands out the most. And knowing that those same individuals or clients will still come back to us after many, many years, even if we don't keep in contact, when they next want to do an event, we're their first point of call. And I think for me, that is so important, knowing that I've left that and I know that they will come back. So I think that's testament to how we actually produce events going, for our clients. I think the best piece of advice I got was do everything that you attempt, do it to the best of your ability, or do not do it at all. And I think the next bit of advice that I received was do today what you can do. Don't leave things for tomorrow, because you never know what tomorrow will bring. And I think specifically in the field that I'm in, no 2 days are the same. So I think for me, when clients don't take me seriously, I hate the fact that they look at an event and think it's all glamorous and fabulous and it's easy. So for me, when they don't respect what I do, my worth and my delivery, because I think, and deadlines become an issue, right? I think with a job, it is just so crazy because everything is deadline driven. So for me, we know that an event can't be postponed, because if it's happening on this date, it has to happen. And when I don't get the detail and what I need from a client, that is so frustrating. And I think the changes in technology, new trends in our industry, and keeping abreast of new and exciting things happening in our industry has been a challenge. But mostly COVID, as we know, and we don't want to use that name anymore, that has been the biggest challenge. And scaling down my business to where I am today has made me more aware of what I need to do. So I think maybe in the past I worked maybe not as smartly as I do now, but now I work smartly and I'm still able to deliver what I deliver. So not only in South Africa, but throughout the country, as well as internationally, I just think I'm in a good space, and it's taken a long time, and perhaps other people have gotten there quicker than I have, but I think I'm just loving the space that I'm in at the moment. Yeah, I think good leadership, clear communication, and a positive work environment. As hard and stressful as eventing is, we still find the time to laugh and enjoy the event. And I think that's important, because there's always something funny. There'll be a funny person, there'll be a funny story, there'll be something that will just crack us up. And I think that is the essence of what we do. And when I keep talking about how stressful this industry is, I do believe that a survey was done to find the most stressful jobs in the world. And there were 3 that came out tops. The first one was air traffic controller. The next was a surgeon in trauma. And the third was event manager. So like I say, I think it takes guts and nerve and steel to deliver. And I'm still shocked at how much energy and drive I still have so many years later. And I think the obstacle in terms of the question that you asked is finding the right team that is as dedicated as I am. And I think that is hard to come by. And I think somehow we need to make our industry sexy again and make it seem like people want to do it. Why do you need to do it? And I just worry that at this stage, the people that have been the steadfast event managers are going to fade, and I'm not sure who's going to take it over. Perhaps AI can do this entire eventing, I'm not so sure. But that for me is the obstacle in terms of finding the right team that can give it all. So I still say I love learning and creating, and I do that every single day of my life. I learn something new, and I'm mostly surrounded by the most amazing people, be it in business, be it my close friends, and I'm inspired by so many of the stories that they share and where they started, where they are today. And I want to say that I live and learn from that. And I think my story is also an incredible story to tell, because I find such common ground in people. And I think the misjudging of people is so unfair, because I think people look at me or perhaps look at you and say, gosh, we're so put together. But actually, we have our struggles behind the scenes. But living and learning from the many people that I'm surrounded by just makes it easier, where I can pick up the phone, call a person and say, guys, I need advice in this. I don't quite know what to do. And I probably had the same answer to what they were suggesting. But sometimes life gets so overwhelming. And I think just being surrounded by incredible people just makes my life so much easier and better. And I just love the people that I'm surrounded by. So I think business in KZN as a whole, I think there's so much potential. And I think, it's like the same old story. We've been through so much and we can do this. But for me personally, I just want to remain successful and develop a business that delivers what they promise on an ongoing basis. Basically, in a nutshell, taking away the stress from clients, making it easier for them, understanding their needs, delivering it to the best of my ability. That is how I want to see me grow. And I think I just want to share, Ange, that I don't at this stage particularly go out looking for new business. And it's such an awesome place to be because I've got existing business that keeps coming back. And difficult though, because every year you've got to find a new concept, a new creative, just to deliver that event. But I want to say again, I'm surrounded by such an awesome team that I can call on to produce these amazing events. And for me, that's where I want to see myself, is giving to people or the existing client base I have just the best. Because I said before, and this sounds so arrogant, I want to be indispensable. Can't do this event without me, for sure. I think basically it's keeping our industry alive and well. And I do wish I can empower the youth. And basically to live honestly and just be true to myself. And I think for me, at this stage of my life, I think what I want to say is that balance is important, because I think we tend to forget how to enjoy ourselves going forward. So I've made a deal and a pact. I do a lot of these deals and pacts going through in my life. And this deal that I've made with myself, girl, you're going to work hard, but my God, are you going to enjoy your life? And I think for me, that is crucially important.